Alright, today we'll be checking out a game where it lets you simulate getting a job in corporate America, and considering all of my jobs have been minimum wage so far, I'm sure I'm a great judge of its accuracy. Our story begins with a certain young man. Some would call him lazy, slacker. We're really setting the bar high with our character here, aren't we? Millennial. That explains it. But we'll call him... what would a typical millennial name be? Todd. Are millennials even being still called Todd? Either way, I can tell with that enthusiastic grin that he's excited to be out job hunting, and that corporate America hasn't crushed his will to live yet. Todd grew up a typical child of suburbia. So, going to school, hating it, doing slightly above average because they pad your grades, and slowly developing depression. Like most children, he was told he could be anything he wanted to be. Apparently being a disappointment wasn't an option, but you know, here we are. But unlike most children, he was rather unmotivated. Really? Most children are motivated? Well, I guess eating glue requires some motivation. Todd was never sure what he wanted to do with his life. When teachers asked what the students wanted to be, other kids would say something like astronaut or fireman. Todd would simply shrug his shoulders. You know, at least he's having realistic expectations for life. I feel like that's something more teachers should be doing. As he grew older, his uncertainty only increased. He especially had a tough time deciding what he wanted to do when he arrived at college. Getting shit-faced and partying nightly is a decent way to spend your time. You're not the most productive, but you know, you're already unmotivated, so it's not much harm there. His father suggested they should get a degree in business and be like his old man. For some reason, I don't think that will end well. Unable to decide and not wanting to disappoint his father, Todd took his advice and went on to graduate with a degree in finance. Ooh boy. Well, he is a member of suburbia, so finance is the expected career path. Don't expect your life to get any better though. After graduation, he moved back with his parents. Again, finance, about expected. He said he'd only need to stay with them for a few weeks. How long did that turn into, Todd? That was 4 months ago. Yeah, sounds about right. One night they were sitting around the dinner table and his father looked over at him. I'm sure he must love his son right about now. So Todd, how's the job hunt been going? Yeah, let's just give blunt honesty. I'm sure he'll love that. I just can't seem to find anything. Have you tried putting your resume out there on those job websites? You know, like those MySpaces and those TikToks? Yes, Dad. Have you started looking for something part-time to have some kind of income? Don't worry, I still have some money left over from delivering for Pizza Italiano. I guess that's a step above McDonald's. All I know is that this is the last job that I want to have in my entire life. Fine, work at Panera then if you're above that much better than McDonald's. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your friend Matt. What do you have to say? And he's looking for a new roommate. I get a feeling that Matt's one of those guys where you like hanging out with him, but if you live with him, you're gonna want to murder him because all of his clothes are gonna be on the floor. Isn't that right? Okay, you don't want to live with him. You can't handle for a short amount of time. You ask him how his day's going, next thing you know, it's an hour later and he's still telling you about his life story. What pasta he had for lunch is very important, Todd. You shouldn't put him down like that. Besides, my student loans are enough of a drain on my bank account as it is. Preach. Thanks, Biden. I don't want to worry about rent on top of it right now. I'm sure you know all about drains on your bank account. Those OnlyFans subscriptions were necessary, Dad. Oh, Jerry, knock it off. What? You know, finding a job nowadays isn't as easy as it was when you were younger. Where they just gave you a job out of school and said, here you go, have fun for the rest of your life. Okay, so I don't think it was that easy, Todd, but you have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Besides, I'm not even sure if that's what I want to do anymore. You're saying this now? After the fact that you already have your degree? Listen, wasting money is also a core aspect of suburbia. You can't, it's a part of growing up is blowing $100 grand. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I read crappy sounding job descriptions, the more I'm not really sure what I want to be doing. What do you think you want to be doing, sweetie? I don't know, maybe. Okay, so here's what we have to decide. What is the most likely thing to get my dad to make fun of me of? You know, writing, you can become an author. Drawing, you become an artist. Or we could just draw porn on the internet. That pays better, but you know, we don't need to tell him that. Or photography. Yeah, he's gonna shit on photography the most. Let's go with that. When you took that photography class a couple of years ago, didn't you say something about you were thinking about switching majors? Yeah, I was really into it at the time. Almost considered making that a major. Nothing you do is a waste of time. If you're seriously thinking about it, you should have looked into it more. Okay, so we have the supportive parent. I was so proud of you. Alright, where's the punch in the balls? That kind of stuff doesn't bring home a real paycheck, though. Thanks, Dad. Sometimes it's not always about money. Yeah, until you come home begging to me and your mom that you can't afford something. Like your own apartment. Me and that dad would get along so well together. You know, the office will stand I could try to get you a job interview where I work. I'd really appreciate it if you didn't. Well, it's too late. I can see my input's gonna be meaningful here, so I'm just gonna... The day of Todd's interview has arrived. You have the option of deciding what he will wear to the interview. Well, considering my dad's probably the one driving me, because he seems like the kind of guy that doesn't want to spend money on gas either, let's go with the suit. It's probably wear the best thing I have. It's a real travesty that the best thing you have is your suit from your senior prom. But it's better than nothing. After picking out his clothes, Todd gets in his car and drives home to downtown. He arrives at the address and finds a place to park his car. I'm surprised he can drive. He walks up to the building and looks up at it. What the hell am I doing here? This is a complete waste of time. You know, compared to just watching TV or Netflix and eating food and listening to your dad call you a disappointment. Shit. Oh, I think that exact phrase every time I get out for work in the morning. Guess I have to do it. Todd goes up to the 40th floor and enters the office. He's escorted to a room and enters it. Oh boy, look at that smile. This interview is already going swimmingly. A woman looks up at him. Actually, no, wait, oh, ignore her for a minute. What's going on with the cat? How are those eyes looking at both sides of the room? Can I help you? I don't know, can you? Oh, I don't know, can you help me? What are you doing in my office? What should I be doing in your office? Oh, he's just being an asshole by himself. Who are you? Who do you think I am? Alright, that's enough. If you don't tell me who the hell you are, I'm going to call security, and they'll have you out on your ass faster than you can. Okay. My name's Todd, and I have an interview today. Jesus Christ. Was that so hard? Apparently. You better not handle the interview like that or we'll have a serious problem. Now sit down. Todd looks back at the wall to her nameplate. I just want to say one thing, Miss Ballhugger. Even when I'm not trying to fuck anything up, this is still just going horrendously. It's pronounced Ballhugger. Huger. What are you, 12 years old? Actually, I turned 13 last week. Todd flinches a little. Oh, I either want to go with that as a lovely last name or that as a beautiful cat. Oh, let's stick with the last name, Ballhugger. What made you decide to hyphenate it? My husband and I are both very stubborn. We got married and he wanted me to take his last name and I wanted to keep mine. But we reached a compromise and went with it hyphenated. That is fascinating. And that's also oddly level-headed of you. From you getting very angry with me being a smartass. Really? Absolutely. It's really a one-of-a-kind name. That it is, Miss Ballhugger. Thank you. Before we start, I have to say, you look very impressive today. Holy shit, a compliment. Is there gonna be a gut punch, or is this a genuine compliment? Thank you, I thought it was important to clean up as much as I could. Well, you certainly did that. Are you saying I tried too hard? I could've just came in sweatpants and a t-shirt. Let's get this started. You got this, ball hugger. I want you to feel completely comfortable. Oh, don't worry, I am. So we'll start with some icebreaker questions. I just want you to be open and honest with me. You got it. Tell me about yourself. Okay, so I'm gonna point out now, the goal for this is to be completely honest and open about what kind of person Todd is. That won't get me arrested. Alright, so I like to get blackout drunk every night. Not great. I like the outdoors. I like sports. I spend about 10 hours a day lurking on Reddit. Or I don't feel comfortable answering that. Ooh, it's either blackout drunk or spending half a day on Reddit. You know, being on Reddit doesn't impact my performance, so let's go with that. What's a Reddit? Oh god, they're all boomers. It's a website. Like Facebook. No, like MySpace. Sort of. You know what? Never mind. Okay then. Wait. Lurking? Yeah, I like to look but I never post anything. I guess that makes sense. Sometimes I'll hear someone say something and have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. Okay, this is still going somewhat well. It's alright. There's stuff I hear kids in high school saying it makes me want to smack them across the back of the head. You know, you shouldn't be saying to your boss that she should want to smack you in the head, but you do you. I heard someone say snatched, and I was trying to figure out why they were talking about a woman's special area. Oh boy, what a great interview topic. Well, since we're both very much out of the loop, I think we can just move on. You got it, ball hugger. What are some of your hobbies? I guess I like to play video games quite often. I don't know if it's a hobby, but I exercise quite a bit. I like to dress up and pretend I'm different celebrities. Again, what I do in my spare time doesn't impact. Oh, she looks concerned. That's different. Is there a reason you like to do that? Well, sort of. Would you mind telling me what that is? Actually, it's nothing. Do you go out in public like that? No, of course not. I'm not weird, says the Reddit lurker. I don't want to pry too deeply into your personal life, so let's move on. Alright, let's stick with your cat. It seems something that's worth more prying into, since, you know, you probably can pry into your soul. Rebecca looks down at her paper. Well, let's see here. Why do you want to work here? Let's see. I need money. Feel like I could offer a lot of input and ideas. Think it'd be a great place to start my career. It's better than working in fast food, and why do you work here? Well, I need money, it's better than working in fast food are both really honest answers. I feel like responding to a question with a question is a trend I should keep going. Well, I enjoy helping people become more financially secure. I make sure my employees are helping our clients reach their financial goals by setting them up with the best investment strategy for them. That is a very good answer, and one I will not be using in the future. Do you think your clients really need your expertise? Todd, you're trying to get hired here, even though I know you don't want to. What do you mean? Doesn't this company only manage extremely wealthy people? Like you have to have a net worth of over $1 million to even be considered a client. Don't you feel they're doing pretty well for themselves as it is? Ah, Todd, you're the perfect applicant. That they don't really need any advices on how to increase their wealth. Maybe. But if that were the case, then I think a lot of people would be out of a job, including myself. Oh, so you're admitting you're a leech to the society. Good to know. Besides, who else is going to make sure that trust fund is safe and secure? Do you have any prior experience? Do I need prior experience as part of an internship last summer? As part-time, I had a part-time job a while back. I graduated from college a few months ago. Define experience. Don't answer any of her questions. Something you've done in your past that would make me want to hire you. No. I'm still not trying to understand the question. Todd, give her something. You know, what have you done previously? Have you had a job similar to this one before? Anything. She is trying so hard here. What I might view as experience and what you do may be two completely different things. Todd, this isn't your philosophy class. This is a job interview. Lie. Say something that makes you, desirable to be hired. Fine. What do you feel would qualify as prior experience for you? I was a treasurer of my class during a freshman year of high school. I don't know if you should be going all the way back to high school when you're a college graduate, but you do you. Okay. That's something. How did that go? One day the senior stole all the money out of my locker. So what was that about keeping the trust fund secure, Rebecca? Then hung me up by my underwear outside the girls' locker room. How's our security at my dad's company? I'm sorry about that. It's alright, I guess one of the bills was accidentally a counterfeit. He got arrested when he tried to use it at a store. Karma, I guess? The god that is your cat Rebecca, sorry, ball hugger, decided that he should pay for his crimes. That sounds like the definition of karma to me. Thank you, Rebecca. Did you get the rest of the money back? Well, most of it. He spent quite a bit of it on these limited edition basketball shoes. And Taco Hut. Again, high school sounds about right. Taco Hut? I guess he really liked Taco Hut. Went there almost every day. That was a front for drugs, wasn't it? That's not the healthiest thing to do. No kidding. Plus, that's also the reason no one wanted to sit behind him in class. So we have the women's special area and fart jokes. This is going swimmingly. I think we should try to stay on track before we get too far off topic. Are you saying getting hung by my underwear and all my money stolen, it doesn't count as experience? It's off topic, Rebecca. How good are you with computers? Let's see. Good, I guess. I've used plenty of photo editing software. Who can't use a computer? I generally just surf the internet. I maintain my own blog. I've taken a few programming classes. You know, considering she barely knows what Facebook is, let's just keep the insults going. Who can't use a computer? It's the 21st century, for crying out loud. That's like asking how a phone or TV works. Damn it, all this newfangled technology. Yes, insult your boomer of a boss. Todd hunches over and starts shaking his fist. How am I supposed to watch my shows if I can't figure out how to turn the damn thing off? What I mean is, do you know any particular program's language, something specific? I've never been big into programming, but I'm pretty sure I could handle anything you would throw at me. This is the first level of confidence you've shown that isn't asking any questions or being a smartass, Todd. I'm proud of your character growth over the span of the last 5 minutes. I feel like I would be fine using whatever programs that you use. Okay, we're going from confidence to just insulting your dad's boss. I'm glad that you feel like you'd be able to easily pick up on things around here. What's a skill you would say you have? Problem solving. I can make a bunch of different figures out of paper clips. Communication or nunchuck skills. Oh boy, on one hand, you can say how you'll be spending your time working. On the other hand, this goes back to getting mugged in your freshman year of high school and how you've learned from it. We're going with the nunchucks. Bo. Please don't finish. You're not the first smartass to say that. You knew that movie is a decade old, right? Wait, Nunchuck Skills was a movie reference? Yeah, but it was just right there asking for it. It was a setup to a T. I really hated that movie. Oh, what was that about? Your boss being bitchy. I thought it was so freaking stupid everyone wouldn't stop quoting it. I didn't realize I struck a nerve. It's fine. Let's just move on. What do you think is your greatest weakness? Let's see. I like to indulge in my vices a little too much. I don't always speak up when I should. I sometimes succumb to peer pressure. I don't have any. Sometimes I try to take on too much at once. Oh, let's go with vices. It's a millennial. I like the honesty route we've got going here. What do you mean by that? Are drugs considered a vice? Mainly drugs and strippers. And there goes the interview, Todd. Are you serious? No, I'm joking. Kind of. What do you mean by kind of? What's that one saying about Vegas? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? You got it, ball hugger. No, not that one. I have no idea then. If you have a weakness, they'll punish you for it. I've never heard of that, but it's in such a good way. We should really get back on track here. What do you know about our company? Let's see. They give to a lot of charitable organizations. I remember that multi-million-dollar embezzlement scandal last year. Yeah, we don't need that. We're going with this. Yeah, about that. We prefer not to dwell on the past and the mismanagement that happened under a few certain people. Listen, if you're gonna complain about my past choices, I'm gonna criticize yours, Miss Ballhugger. I'm sure you don't. I bet that was swept under the rug as fast as humanly possible. Oh, good going, Todd. It's too bad about all of that negative press you got. With a few people dead, shouldn't change everyone's perception of how this company truly is. But unfortunately, pretty much did. Oh, this interview's going fantastically. Now people think that everyone who works here steals money from their clients. No, just everyone who's been trained by Miss Ballhugger. Don't worry, I read your file too. That is 100% false. Yeah, it's not hard to change that in the court of public opinion. Oh, this is going great. I love this interview. I don't think this topic really applies to an interview. Let's just move on. You know, considering you said that for every question, this interview is going great. What is one of your greatest achievements to date? I have almost 50,000 followers on YouTube. I'm a level 94 elf prince. We're finally getting to meet someone as amazing as you. So I can either be a suck up, a neat, or a chance to plug my channel. So if you're liking this video, please make sure to like. Alright, let's just move on. Okay. Remember how I said I like to dress up like celebrities? And it all keeps coming together. The plan. That line was brought up and it was talking about my successful career as a cross-dresser. Yeah. Well, I make videos where I mockingly pretend to be them. Is Miss Ballhugger gonna be in one of those videos? Do people actually watch that? Yeah, some of my most watched ones have like over 1 million views. Wait, if he's getting this many views, why is he unemployed? Why doesn't he just keep making these cost or dress-up videos if they're obviously getting him views? What if he's getting over 1 million views, which is certainly better than I'm doing? Why does he need a job? Why doesn't he just keep making videos and use that ad money to get out of his parents' basement? So other people like that kind of stuff. They think it's hilarious and I get requests to do different celebrities all the time. Please tell me one of them's DeVito. We need the short king in our life. Unique. I have to admit, sometimes I feel like the world passed me by a long time ago. Don't we all, Ballhugger? Don't worry, your generation's time is soon over. If I watched one, I probably wouldn't even know who you're trying to make fun of. That's alright, some of these people don't really even deserve to be famous. That's kind of the reason I do it, to try to make people realize that they shouldn't want to be like some celebrity. You should just strive to be like your cat. That they should want to be something more important than that. Like a YouTuber. When you told me about how you like dressing up, I was a little put off by it. But now that you explained it, I think you're doing a really good thing. I will be amazed if I get this job, ball hugger. Let's move on. How do you generally deal with stress? What? Okay, I really want to go with this, but I also don't want to risk getting a record, so let's just go with the not very well. What do you mean? I hide in the bathroom for like 20 minutes. Oh, don't worry, I do that too when I have nothing to do and I don't want the floor manager yelling at me. We all do that. Every single time you feel stressed out. Well, sometimes I actually do have to go to the bathroom. I love your honesty, Todd, it's great. I just wait until there's some kind of problem and then I use that as an excuse to leave. That laziness and a slacker we got called out for by the narrator. That's valid. Why would you tell me that? What? Is that not good? No, Todd, no it isn't. I think you can figure that one out on your own. For all we know, Todd could have been dropped on his head as a child and he could be disabled, in which case, you know, you're committing a crime here since you're discriminating against Americans with disabilities, Rebecca. I'm going to move on now. How have you handled a difficult situation at work in the past? Let's see, talking to people involved in the situation, no. Sometimes being productive is overreactive. By removing myself from the situation. Yeah, let's keep this work ethic thing going. What do you mean? I quit! That's the conflict resolution skills I like to see, Todd. You quit what? My job. Oh, Rebecca looks so impressed. You quit your job because there was a difficult situation? Yeah, I just figured it wasn't worth it. So I just walked out one day. Don't you think that's pretty unprofessional? My suit begs to differ. I mean, if you say it like that, it can seem a little bad. But I don't think I've seen anyone there ever last the full 2 weeks after they said they were quitting. So where you went to work was known for no one following the 2 weeks notice. That's not... You know what? Okay, Todd, you do you. Let's just keep going. Are you currently employed? I like to call myself a step 1 entrepreneur. You know, that YouTube channel, you know, with over 1,000 views, I get ad money, so I'm getting paid. But, ooh, I'm a stay-at-home dependent. Is also very good. If I was, why would I be here? These are all great options, but I'll call myself a one-step entrepreneur. What do you mean by that? Please go back to the dress up, please. I'm in the first stage of becoming a self-employed entrepreneur. I just haven't gotten things off the ground yet. So you've done nothing. Or really even come up with any good ideas of how I would begin to do that. But you have the great idea of dressing up with celebrities. That gets you views. You know, add a few ads, or get a few, become a sellout, and then you can make bank, Todd. But I do have a Kickstarter ready to go once I actually do come up with an idea. There's the proof of technology use, Ballhugger. If you got one, you should let me know. We could partner up and get it funded. I know I could get people to back our awesome product. Aw, he's the perfect person to set up an MLM scheme. That's okay, I think I'll pass. Are you saying this multi-million-dollar company doesn't need the support of some random unemployed guy in his 20s living in his parents' basement. Your loss. But we should keep going with this interview. What was the most memorable part of your last job? I feel like I was providing a good service, how I left, it was an easy job, my relationship with my coworkers. You know, considering he said he just left one day, this should be good. Care to explain? By spray painting a giant penis on the side of the building. Todd, you shouldn't openly admit to vandalism of your old employer to your new potential employer, but I've never had any jobs that weren't part-time, so you do you. Why the hell would you do that? Just remind them that I was there. Advertising to your dad's boss that you were a dick is glorious. So let me get this straight. You're having a bad day at work and then just decide to walk out. Then you decide to spray paint a giant penis on the side of the building. It sounds like you got the whole story. Yeah, I guess so. Please leave my office. Immediately. Aw, god damn it. Please do not enter our building again, ever. You unlocked, did you even try? The applicant was a complete waste of time. I can't believe he told me that he would spray painted male privates onto the side of the building. That is so childish, it's beyond comprehension. He should consider it lucky if he ever gets a job with that kind of respect for the workplace. There is respect, just not a lot there. Jerry should be reprimanded for even suggesting that his son works here. After the interview, Jerry was called into Rebecca's office. She spent the next hour berating him and threatening to fire him more than 10 times. The critical aspect that Dad told me about. Todd went to a nearby park and sat down on a bench. He's put his head down and thought about life for a while. Probably about how it's not going so hot. After they both arrived at home, Jerry told Todd they had to move out of the house. Mom, you help me out? With nowhere really else to go, Todd moved in with his friend Matt. To make ends meet, Todd took a job at a local steakhouse as a server. He now has to perform a terrible song and dance routine every time it's someone's birthday. I'd say this is the good ending of someone with a finance degree. Is that a bottle of beer? Nice, drink away the pain. Well, I think destroying my relationship with my dad and being forced to do an awful birthday song is a good place to leave off. So see you guys in the next video. Bye.